Hello everybody, Fantasticairy here, back with another video, and in this week's video, I'm going to be painting some whimsical wildflower postcards. I'm taking a little break from my other projects, and I decided to paint some wildflowers on these postcards that I got recently from an art store. I actually already started by painting this black-eyed Susan that you see here, and since flowers are such a difficult thing I find to paint, I wanted to challenge myself, and I thought it would be fun to paint my friends and family's favorite wildflowers on a postcard and then send it to them. And I wanted to share this project with you guys and the process along the way. For the Black-Eyed Susan, I am going to be sending it to Windsor, New London, England, in which it's going to be entered into a kind of contest for some art supplies. But more interestingly, they will hang up your original artwork in hospitals and schools, and you can paint anything you want. But I thought it would be cool to paint a native wildflower of the region I live in and have someone else learn about it in another country. I already have an initial sketch of the next flower postcard I'm going to be painting in this video. This is the Aster flower, and this is going to be for my friend I will be sending to her, as this is her favorite flower. Alright, let's get started. On to the process part of this video. I'm going to start off by painting in the petals, using very light, watered down and valued purple colors that I mix with a little bit of reds and a little bit of blues to get some variety. And I'm going to make sure I leave a little bit of a more highlighted space in the center of the petals by taking my brush that is a little bit dried off and pulling that paint from the page. As you can see, I have the mix of the purples, the reds, the pinks for these petals. The colors, it was a lot of experimentation on the reference I took, and using a mix of the wet on wet technique to let the darker values soak in on the edges and the inner parts of the flower. Colors in which I am painting are a little bit more exaggerated from the original reference, hence the whimsical. And if you look closely, you can see I have a little bit of a sparkly paint going on here. This is because I'm using some of my Koi watercolor paint sets, in which they have a beautiful metallic silver paint that I've been adding to my purples and my red colors, giving the petals more of a magical feel, and also using some of the purples and the pink fluorescent colors of the Koi watercolors, mixing them in with my original Winsor & Newton colors, just to get some more vibrancy. We can't forget about the stems and the leaves, so I'm filling those in with my greens, starting off with a more yellow-green tone underneath, a lighter value, and then using that wet on wet technique to add in more of a deeper, saturated green. I did add some buds of this flower that are just about to bloom, so I'm going to add in that kind of green color to the start of the bud, again using that wet on wet technique to add in the darker saturation. Now that the flower is coming together, I'm going to paint in the centers of these flowers, which are a very bright yellow. I believe I'm using a lemon yellow for this color here, having it stay a little bit on the wetter side so that I can add in some more deeper yellow hues and some oranges as you see here, and then of course pulling that paint in the center of the flower to create a slight highlight, and even adding in some darker oranges. And here I'm taking my fine liner brush, and I'm going to add in some lines on the petals just to give the petals more of a texture, using a darker hue of the purples and the pinks I've been mixing together, and reds. Almost creating these broken lines and focusing on creating the edge of the petals. Adding in the little details at the end is always my favorite part, and it makes the painting come together in the end, which is why it's important to trust the process. And I just love the sparkle on the paintbrush and on the paint. I'm really glad that I chose to add that little bit of glimmer and magic to the painting. And I really hope my friend enjoys her aster flowers. Just like with my nature journal entries, I'm going to ink in all the lettering and the font that I've written out about the aster flower. Using my dip nib pen and some brown ink, I'm going to carefully follow my sketch of the words, creating a little bit of a stylized font as I go along, adding in some swirls and some curves to the edges and bottoms of the letters. And of course, you can't forget about the little decals that I add in around the text. And now for the final reveal and a little bit of knowledge on the aster wildflower. Aster, a daisy-like perennial flower that blooms in late summer and autumn. Starry-shaped flower heads with purple, blue, pink, or white petals surround a yellow center. Derived from the ancient Greek word aster, meaning star. Asters provide vital nectar for pollinators in autumn. I'm pretty happy with how this turned out. The colors are really vibrant, and it's a fun illustration overall. I still find it very tricky to paint flowers, but I find this project is going to be a good challenge for myself. I love the different tones of purples, pinks, with the green, and of course around the edges I did a little bit more of a wet-on-wet technique, blending in a little bit of speckle and color to create a cohesive overall composition. And continuing the journey of this project, I have a lot more postcards to paint. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more to go. So stay tuned, guys, as I will be sharing with you painting some more whimsical, magical wildflower postcards. I'm excited to paint the ones that my other family and friends have chosen as well. And I'm also excited to share those with you guys. But yeah, taking a little break from the other projects, and I'm going to complete this project first, and then I'll go back to the nature journaling and finishing off the tiny sketchbook series. That about sums it up for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. All the comments really make my day. It really makes me feel like people do care about the things that I'm creating, so I'm super grateful to you guys. You can find me on the social medias and the links in the descriptions below, as well as my imprint shop and my Patreon, in which you can become a free member. The Patreon is still a work in progress. Videos are uploaded Fridays, so I will see you guys Friday for another painting whimsical wildflower postcards. Thank you guys. Okay, bye-bye!